Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Cooking for the Family. I'm Devon, and today I'm going to share with you how I make hot fudge sauce. Now this hot fudge, y'all, is easy to make. This is the kind of hot fudge that puts you in the mind of that diner, that old school hot fudge sauce that they would have at a soda fountain. This is that recipe. So let's get started. So what I'm using is a medium size pan, and you want a high side pan. This pan is about 4 inches tall, and I'm putting in regular granulated sugar, and we're using 1 1/4 cups of regular granulated sugar. Now to that, we're going to add a little bit of salt, just about a pinch or so, which is actually 1/4 of a teaspoon. So we're just using 1/4 of a teaspoon of regular salt. Now right now I do not have my pot on, not just yet. Okay, now to that we're going to add our milk. And our milk, I'm using whole milk, just regular whole milk, and that was 2/3 cup of whole milk. Now once I have my milk, I'm going to go on and turn on my pan. So I have my pan on right now. My pan is on medium, so my flame is on a medium right now. And what you want to do is you want to use a whisk, like a wire whisk that I have here, and I'm going around the sides, and I'm going around in the middle, in the center, because the object is here, guys, is that you want to dissolve your sugar. You want your sugar and your milk to become one, and you really want to dissolve it, and you don't want to quite bring it to a boil just yet. Okay, so we just want to dissolve it. Now what's going to happen is, and with hot fudge, the devil is truly in the details, but do you see around the edge of my pot, I have little bubbles starting to form. Once you see those little bubbles starting to form, go on and continue to start to re-whisk again that sugar and that milk. And that's all we have right now in our pot. All we have is that sugar, salt, and milk. Now, as you see how it came to a boil, soon as it comes to a boil, I turn my pot off. You want to turn your pot off at this point. I added in that cocoa powder, and I am using some Dutch cocoa powder. Now once I've added in my cocoa powder, my baker's chocolate squares, and you want to make sure that you're using baking chocolate, the baking chocolate squares, just like that. And these are unsweetened. These are unsweetened baking chocolate squares. And so I went on and I add that in. I'm adding in 6 ounces of that unsweetened chocolate squares. Now once I've added that in, and remember, we're using unsweetened, not bittersweet, but unsweetened. Okay, because we're going to go on, we sweeten this up by adding in that sugar. Our sugar is our sweetener. I take my whisk and I gently go around, because we're incorporating our cocoa powder, and we're also incorporating those chocolate squares, and those chocolate squares are starting to melt with that warm milk. And my pan, my pot is still turned off because I don't want it to quite start boiling just yet. I just want to use that residual heat that's already there in the pot with that warmed up, that boiled milk that was already boiling. We're just going to use that residual heat to go on and melt those chocolate squares. And as we're moving it around just like this, and as the chocolate squares start to melt, I'm gonna turn on my fire, and I'm just gonna have it on low at this point. I just wanna have it on low as I continue just to melt the chocolate, and as I continue to incorporate that cocoa powder just like that. Now once my cocoa powder and my chocolate squares have totally melted and totally blended, I raise my fire up to a medium high, and I'm going to let this now boil. You want it to come to a boil, and you want it to have a nice rolling boil for 3 minutes. Do not stir. Just let your hot fudge come to a nice rolling boil for 3 minutes without stirring, and just watch it. And if you want to set your timer and just watch it, it is going to boil up nicely around the sides, in the middle, and you just watch it. And after 3 minutes, we're going to go on and then turn off our hot fudge. Our hot fudge is boiling up so nicely. It's been 3 minutes, and I go on and I turn off my fire, and now I add in the butter. And you want to add in nice cold butter. I'm adding in the butter cold, or it can be sitting on the counter, but you just don't want it to be melted butter. You do want it to be whole butter and not melted. I add the butter in, and remember, I turned off my fire. I added in the butter, and I just mix it all in just like that. That butter that we add to our hot fudge at this point is what's going to give our hot fudge that nice silky look, that nice beautiful sheen, that nice sheen that you get from the nice good hot fudge. This is that secret, that butter. Now once I've done that, I'm going to go on and add in some vanilla. And we're using some pure vanilla extract. And we're going to add in our vanilla because that vanilla really helps to enhance and bring out that chocolate flavor. Now, this hot fudge, like I said, it puts you in the mind of that soda fountain, that old school diner. This is a dark, rich hot fudge. This hot fudge is so rich and so decadent. It goes excellent on ice cream, on hot fudge cakes. This is the hot fudge that you would want to make. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Go on and hit that subscribe button. If you like this video and appreciate the content, don't forget to show it some love, give it a thumbs up, and click share and share this video with a friend or family. Oh my goodness, do you see that, guys? Look how silky our hot fudge looks. We just made hot fudge from scratch. Wasn't that easy? Oh my gosh. Well, let's go on and serve us up some. So I have here my favorite vanilla ice cream. I've got some toppings that I'm going to put on it. I got this nice classic sundae cup. Now in the description box below, guys, I'm going to have a list of all the ingredients that you need to make this classic dark rich hot fudge sauce. Also, I'm going to share with you what I usually do to store my hot fudge is once it's cooled, I put it in a glass jar with a nice tight fitting lid. Now, if you don't have a glass jar, you can always use a regular plastic container that has a nice fitting lid, and then once it's cooled, you just go on and put it in the refrigerator once it's totally cooled, and it will keep up to 3 weeks in the refrigerator with no problem. Oh my gosh, do you see that, guys? Do you see this hot fudge sauce that we made from scratch? Wow, it looks so good. Well, that is it for me today, guys. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go on and hit that subscribe button. If you like this video and appreciate the content, don't forget to show it some love and give it a thumbs up. And click that notification bell so you can get notified anytime I upload a new video. Well, that is it for me today, guys. And remember, it is always good when Devon is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.